How's it going, everybody? Flint from Flint and Steel Survival, bringing this video today as a maker spotlight. I'm going to do a couple of these coming up. As you guys know, I've had my favorite makers in our community for a while. These all belong to Luke at DLC Custom Knives. He'll be first just because I got this most recently. I want you guys to see it in depth. Also, I'll be doing one from Jake Parker, Dark Wolf Knives, and DMK USA, and then maybe I'll decide if I want to do some production ones, stuff like that. I don't have a whole lot of groupings, I guess. I'm not a group collector normally. But once I find a custom maker I really like, become friends, you want to support them. So some of these I bought, some of these I won, so let's just get into it, shall we? First up, this is the first knife I ever bought from him. You can see what sets Luke apart, I believe, and all his designs are the amazing details like the file work, fit and finish, making orange pins to match the orange handle. You can see this is pretty dirty on the white, very scratched up. I've used and carried this quite a bit in my life. I haven't more recently. It's kind of been sitting on the shelf, but it's a great little karambit piece, little self-defense tool. Snaps in solid. You can see I just put some orange cord through it, and then you know how you loop it through itself, drop it in. This will just hang from the belt like that, slid into a pocket. This is the perfect length where it doesn't fall all the way into a pocket where I can't get it, but it's not hidden enough to where like I have to go digging around in my pocket and stuff, but it's easy to access. Also, even with this cord, I can just tuck this straight in my pants, which has happened a lot. And then as you pull the knife, the sheath stays, and then you have the knife. Don't know if you guys have ever seen that technique before. And then it's got this really sharp point on the end. So if you're holding it karambit style and you want to strike with it, super easy to do so. And then these might be out of order. I don't exactly remember the order which I got them. I've just known Luke for a while and been a purveyor of his blades. So, you can see this one's got a cute little sheath, cute little fixed blade. Love the texture on it. I think it's hand hammered, as always with Luke. Very good attention to detail, including the last little design pattern always ends up coming to a point, kind of like an arrowhead. He's always got those little fine details going on in his blades. You can see this one's got a bunch of holes in the handle, keep it even lighter. This is an excellent little utility blade, and what sets this one apart, the reason why I had to have one is because this little pocket clip on the knife itself. This fixed blade will go straight, clip to your pocket, deep carry, obviously disappears. This is just kind of like a backup little utility guy. I love it for fishing. That's what I've used it for before, just like my little line and bait knife. So that's awesome. Next up, this is, I believe, the first knife I won out of his Halloween contest. Every year, most years when he's able to, he'll do a Halloween contest. You read a story. I have told my own. I've read some, but every year I do it without a fail, whether there's a prize or not. Because Luke's my buddy, and if he likes it, I'm going to keep doing it. This is his EDC fixed blade. He's come out with a bunch of different variations of this, always tweaking and improving his designs. This one's actually non-file worked, which I do enjoy. He wrote a book on knife making, and this was the knife, if I understand correctly, that he based the entire book off of, was building this knife. So I actually have the knife, and I have a signed copy of his book in English showing how to make this knife. So the only thing I've had to do, obviously I've used this. This is my favorite outdoor EDC blade. Slips right in the pocket, deep carry clip. When it's time to reholster, super easy. Normally I don't even have to touch the sheath. I'll just slide it right in my pocket. It'll grab it. Every once in a while, though, if I'm feeling hesitant or I don't see it or it got shifted a little bit while the knife was out of it, I'll just grab it, pull it to the top of the clip where it still hasn't come out of the pocket yet, and then resheath it. So super easy, slips right in my front right pocket when I'm carrying it. But yeah, this one is definitely by far my most used custom knife I can almost guarantee that without a doubt. Love the green and black. Looks really good. And it's just super useful, super sharp, easy to keep sharp. It's got his little spider web on it. I love the blackout kind of thing he had going on for the unsharpened pieces, and it has not faded over time. So whatever he did to do that, excellent work. And next, we'll go over this little black and orange Halloween special, a little 2.5 finger guy. Orange, black barrel spacers, so you can see, or barrel pins, go all the way through the knife. You can see my finger on the other side. Nice little lanyard loop. You can see he drilled it to get them to combine. File work on the back, like I said, always looking out at those small details. Nice contouring on the handle. It's kind of hard to catch the light, but there. Matches there real nice. Fit and finish is always great with Luke. He never takes anything for granted, and that's that one. Next up, we have another EDC fixed blade. This one's a little bit more fancy, hoity-toity. This is my down and dirty version. This is my sophisticated, look at me, how cool I am. I do like that this one has the lanyard loop, so the barrel pin in it. I have a Cubone bead on mine, just like Luke keeps on his. I saw that on one of his, and I just got jealous, so I had to find the Cubone bead, throw that on one of his knives, because it makes me think of him and smile. And then it came with a light gray / white case, and then he made a pocket clip, or not pocket clip, belt clip for it. Super cool. I have not carried this one much. I have carried it a few times, but it's definitely a showpiece of the Luke pieces I have. A lot of these are worker blades. That one's kind of my keep it looking pretty. Next up, what might be my favorite knife on this whole table. This is a slip joint from Luke. It's got the same handle material as my cool little one I was just showing you. It's got a half stop on it. It's got a little wiggle to it, but obviously he's come a long, long way on his slip joints. This is a gorgeous piece, triple pin. He's got the white, I think he calls this Yuma snakeskin to us. I don't know if Yuma is like a material or a pattern, but snakeskin, white. He's got little white accents in the pin. That's for tightening, obviously. It's the screw. And then more snakeskin, beautifully contoured. The blade matches almost all his solid blade designs. Nice sweep, very minimal drop on that drop point. Love the fuller nail nick going on. Super smooth. And then once it's out, you don't really have to worry about it collapsing on your fingers. And if you're gripping it correctly, it's impossible. But this is one of the stiffer out slip joints I've ever had. And I really dig that. Like, the spring is solid. And then look at all that file work on this thing. I believe he already had this one made, and I basically bought it off of his table. I don't think he made this one after I ordered it. Maybe he did. But absolutely awesome piece. It matches this really well. And I just like it a lot. The only thing I might want one day is a lanyard hole. So maybe I'm going to have to order another one with him putting me a lanyard loop in it. But this is definitely one of my top 3 or 4 fixed blade slip joints. It's so good that I sold my Ziba Heritage, which a lot of people know is like a quintessential slip joint. I have this one and a couple others. Next up, cool little Wharncliffe reverse Tonto, I guess you'd call it, because it's very thinned out right there. This point is literally like, just the point alone is almost scary sharp. Love the blood fuller. This is probably my favorite of his patterns for filing. It's the arrowheads. I'm sure it's super tough to do. This is my favorite one, obviously, as it comes up into that reverse Tonto. all of Luke's knives come sharp. He does a great job sending you with an edge on it. This one is definitely a little necker. It doesn't have any clips on it or anything. This one I'll honestly just throw in a 5th pocket and forget about it. And then when it's time to use it, I'll just take the whole thing out, keep this in my other hand while I'm doing the work, then pop it back on. Just kind of like this one. They're about the same size. Little tiny, full 3-finger grip though on all of them, or both of them. So nice, handy little utility blades. Plus, you get to carry some flair from your favorite makers, so what's not to like? And then here's the new guy. This is his Baby Butcher. He had 4 of these left last time I saw. Go check them out if you want one. I snagged the blue. I was torn between one of the white ones and a blue one because I really like the single fuller. Really like the file work on this one. All the bells and whistles. Nice big lanyard loop. Super, super sharp. Love the design. Love all the lines. I'm thinking about putting my Bill the Butcher bead on this one, but you can see 3-finger grip plus this lanyard locks into the hand really good for push cuts. So many places to grab this while you're using it. And then this once again comes with just the sheath, and then you could put it on a lanyard, you could put it in your pocket straight and do what I was saying. Just literally pop your knife out, leave this in the pocket, do your thing, leave it in your hand, do your thing. Resheathing, super easy. But I love this knife. I'm so glad I picked it up. Luke is the man. Please go check him out. Send him some love. He's here on YouTube. He's on Instagram. Go catch him wherever you can. And if you guys are looking for knives, all these are for sale right now. Go check my post on Instagram or my previous video. As things have sold, I haven't done very good keeping YouTube up to date, but my Instagram post is for sure up to date. So I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.